Hello and welcome back to our Planet Coaster 2 career mode. In the last episode, we completed Farmland Fiasco, which is part of the Chapter 2. Now, the last scenario in Chapter 2 is the Brothers Swim. So let's jump in. Oh, let's make sure we have it on hard first. Let's jump in and see what we have to do.
Hey, mate. So glad you're here. Eugene and I have been
Oh, good, you're here. I need your help today on my magnificent idea.
Nah, not fair, Eugene. I got here first.
Easy there, boys. I'm sure my eager prodigy here can help both of you. Why don't the two of you go and grab your plans, Sorry about that. Their sibling rivalry has really started to get out of hand. Funnily enough, that's exactly what happened here with the original owners of this park. You see, they were brothers too, and their disagreements led to them splitting the park in half. It didn't work out for those siblings, but I believe with your help, we can turn competition into complementation. Our Newton boys must learn to work together to help and inspire each other. There's no reason this park can't accommodate both Eugene's exemplary feats of engineering and Brad's exhilarating thrill rides.
We're back. Now, as you can see with my plans.
Wait! Why do you get to pitch first? Just because you're older doesn't mean you get to...
Leave these two with me. Why don't you make a start in the meantime?
All right, so the Brothers Swim, two parks side by side that were once owned by two very different brothers. One wanted to create a park built for families, and the other aimed to build the ultimate thrills location. Their feuding split them apart, and now the Newton brothers are on the scene instead. What could possibly go wrong? All right, so you can see from the intro shots, we do have it's not, I wouldn't really call this a park. We have a Ferris wheel, a ride that there is no ride here. So I guess just a queue at some point. Whoa, loud music. And then on this side we have a pirate ship that expands over into some open areas. So they definitely are split. I don't know if there's a way to do like connect the two. And actually, let's double check. I the Bradlands. Wow, that's funny. The Plains, River Overlook, Eugeneville, and then of course we have some locked areas as well. So I'm sure that I don't know if we can build over that. We might be able to. We'll see. Hopefully we can, so we can connect the parks. But let's take a look at our objectives. So first thing, build a new coaster with at least 5 fear and set to open. Build a new flat ride with less than 5 fear and set to open. And then have 1,600 guests in the park. So I feel like this is a fairly simple idea. This seems like this was some type of tracked ride, not necessarily uh, a coaster, just a track ride. So, but let's see coasters first, I guess. So we'll jump into a quick time lapse. I feel like we're going to build the coaster in the Bradlands since that is, I think that's what was intended. And actually, let's see. Do we have a coaster before we jump into a time lapse? Let's see if we have a coaster that's not going to run us into the ground. Everything is quite expensive.
Both sides are well underway now. Excellent work. Where is Brad?
I believe I saw him swimming in the river.
Hey, sorry I'm late. The water here is amazing. It's giving me some sick ride ideas. Whoa. So much work has been done here. Maybe I did get a little distracted.
Well, you can keep getting distracted, but I have plenty more tasks needing attention. Speaking of, I have a new to-do list ready to go.
Okay, so there we go. Bronze objectives complete. And, we just added it. I forgot that I had to build a coaster with fear, so we had to make this coaster a lot taller than I would have liked it to be, but it does the job. And it actually looks pretty interesting. Definitely not changing colors. This is not a blueprint or anything that I'm making, just a coaster for the scenario. We added in the sky beam because there was already some Viking theme here, so I figured let's just keep it going. And we added in the tiny eye to complete our other objective. So now our silver objectives are research alternate lift coasters. We've already done that, so woo. We need to build a new junior coaster with a fear less than 4, so that should be pretty easy. Build 2 new flat rides with a less than 4 fear and a daily income from following sources attraction tickets. So I think we'll do that pretty easily with the way we have been monitoring our tickets here as of late. And just to kind of go over what we're doing, we went through all of the rides here. We made them dynamic. And then for the minimum price, we just went a little bit below what it recommended, and then the max price a little bit above what it recommended. Make sure this is 1 and 10 minutes, and that should keep the lines at a reasonable length so people aren't just stuck waiting in line. Now, the junior coaster, new junior coaster ride. So we're going to have to find a junior coaster. Suspended, chain lift, launched, wooden, special, wing, alternate. I want to say, where is junior? Okay, so we just need to build one of these Zephyrs to get this task or objective complete. Of course, we're going to do this over in the small area here, and it's probably just going to do some nice little ups and downs and kind of wander around here. Maybe, actually, no, because I feel like there's more that's going to happen here. So it's probably just going to stay up in this area. Maybe just follow the outskirts of the park boundary here. And yeah, I think that'll be good. And then, of course, we'll just add 2 new flat rides. Kind of sucks that I've already added one of the flat rides, but we'll, of course, get the teacups in here. And then probably the monsoon chute, because I believe there's an aquatic version of that. So that will clear up those. So let's go ahead. We'll jump into the time lapse quick, and we'll be back when we're done. Okay, so we are here. We have completed our coaster that is going to get us the objective here. Decent excitement. I was a little worried because of how many bunny hills I had in here, but I kind of like the way this goes. Just all the way around leaves us some area to expand, unlike this coaster where I just took up all the area to expand, which, as I'm thinking about it, we haven't ridden this thing, so we should probably do that, and then we'll ride the other one here. All right. Important to remember, I did not smooth either of these coasters, so that was a pretty janky but pretty decent experience. We are going to have to wait for this thing to complete its circuit here because of, oh, it's just in testing. We can just. And I think we're going to do front bumper. This thing kind of rips through the layout, but it's good enough for me, so I am pleased with it. So let's go ahead, open it up, and see what our next objectives are going to be. Oh, by the way, I naturally got the daily income from attractions, so. Ooh.
Right. All the admin for Coast to Coast is done. And all I had to do was skip lunch. And breakfast. And yesterday's dinner. Actually, when did I last eat?
Bro, you ever think you might have lost sight of how fun making coasters is?
Lost sight of? I mean, perhaps I can get lost in the spreadsheets, but if I don't do them, who will?
Forget the sheets, man. I've got a few ideas on how to further improve the parks.
All right, so silver objectives complete. No, those were Eugene's tasks, so now it's Brad's tasks, and we have to build a coaster with at least 6 spheres. So, oh boy. A flat ride with at least 4 sphere, daily income from attractions, and 3,500 guests in the park. So, ramping up very, very quickly here. Uh, yeah, the intensity is going to change here quite a bit. And we're going to have to find a way. We need to find some spots to place some new attractions, which I'd like to do some more Viking theme on this side. So people over here have something to do. We kind of keep everything split. But, like I said earlier, I kind of took all my space up with this coaster. Now, there is some room here, so that might be what we're going to do here. And you know what? We might actually. I took out a loan. I took out way too much of the loan. So let's see. How much can we just pay it off completely? We can. Okay, so we're going to make some money. Uh, First things first, though, we're going to build a flat ride. And I think we're going to use my Power Forge that I built, which is an overpower. And we might have to modify it a little bit just to make it a little bit more intense, which will be pretty interesting. And then we have to build a new coaster, which is going to have to be a well, for me, it's going to be a launch coaster. I just find it a little bit easier. We might be able to squeeze it in somewhere around here. It's going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze, though. I mean, we have all this room. So, I mean, there's plenty of space for the actual coaster. Just where's the station going to end up? And I just don't see where that's going to be. So, we do need to make a little bit more money here. So, we'll fast forward a little bit. Hopefully, we'll complete our $80,000 here before the end of day 2. which would be ideal because then if there's another one, we'll hopefully be making more money by the end of it. We do also have a plot of land that we can purchase. We have a couple plots. We have the river overlook and the plains. So I'd like to try and save these until the final scenario, see if we actually need to purchase them, and then we'll go from there. But let's make some money first, and I'll jump back when we're in a time lapse.
I must say, Brad, your plans have been a success. You have quite the imagination for thrilling parks.
Well, when you live a life of excitement like I do, you get a feel for these things. And, it pains me to admit it, but your planning and organization really paid off. Such a shame that I accidentally lost your next plans in the river. Those things really absorb water, don't they?
You lost my plans in the... What? No, Eugene, this is an opportunity to be more fun and spontaneous, and I am totally cool with that. Not stressed at all. I'll just remember them all again.
I'm sorry, mate. I'll tell you what, I'll organize a search party for them, all right?
It's okay. Let's draw up some new plans. Together, as teammates.
Wow. Really? Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah. Let's make these parks even better.
And there you have it. The gold objectives are complete. This one was a lot more challenging here. This coaster was a whole lot of fun. And now we got a very special goal, but just to kind of walk you through, we did put our Power Forge in here. We didn't have to make any modifications to it. It just met the criteria right away. So we did obviously modify the price point, but this coaster, boy oh boy, this coaster, it did not like a lot. Getting a coaster to a 6 sphere without exceeding G-force limits is difficult. And I probably could have just opened it up with the exceeded G-force limits, but I didn't want to do that. That's no fun. People wouldn't ride it then. So we did it. We got exactly 6, and the nausea and the fear and the G-force, they are pretty aggressive. So yeah, I guess we'll take a quick ride on this thing. It is not a very long ride, so let's see how it is. Honestly, I still don't know if you'd survive that. That's a pretty intense coaster. We did also add the wild blue over here, just to try and draw more people in, which we just need to go through our shift change in order to get that. But let's head into the platinum objectives and see what we have going on here. So we need a daily income of greater than 200,000, a park rating of 4.5, and then this new coaster of with a fear between 4.5 and 5.5. So I'm curious, what's this coaster at? Yeah, this one actually would have worked for it, but that's all right. We're gonna probably purchase the land on this side, the river overlook. I think that's going to be enough. You know what? We might as well just... No, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. So we need to take a look at our park rating here. Unique attractions. So, our park reputation is fantastic. We just need to get our unique attractions up here. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to build another launch coaster. Maybe one of these, because I feel like I can control them a whole lot better. And I'll come back to you when we're done.
You're not going to believe this, but I think I caught Eugene sleeping. I also just wanted to say sorry. We've been a right nightmare to work with. Eugene is, first of all, well, he's a total nerd. But second, he's actually a pretty amazing engineer. He's the reason I know how to build all these incredible rides. But I sometimes worry that we're too different, you know? I didn't think this park was going to work out, but Seriously, just look at what we've managed to achieve here.
Hello, you two. I think I've just had my first ever nap. I was reading the Quintessential Quarterly, and the next thing I knew, the pages were stuck to my face. What are we talking about?
Oh, nothing. Just about how truly awesome these parks turned out.
Yes, I'm quite impressed. Two very different parks working together in harmony. It's a shame the brothers who owned it before us couldn't figure things out. But you know what, Brad? I'm glad we got to work on this together.
And there it is, the Platinum Objectives complete. Now, you probably noticed that there was no time lapse there, and that's because I forgot to turn recording on when I was building this ride, and I was not going to do it again. So, but we did also add in a couple shops and stalls. There was an issue with the Thirsty Frog that we had here. When we loaded the game back up, I had to leave and come back, and people were stuck there, so that was causing some issues. So we had decided just to throw a ride in here instead, and moved a Thirsty Frog over there. So, and then we made no changes to the other side, aside from opening the staff building that was not open. So that's pretty funny. But let's go ahead. We'll take a ride on this thing here. All right, yeah, so this was a pretty easy coaster to build. I chose this LIM family coaster because I could control the speed and launches, and then as long as I didn't smooth it, if I increased the speed, it just increased the fear a little bit, and I just had to be aware of the G-forces. So this one turned out really, really nice. But that is going to do it for this scenario. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. If you saw something I could have done better, let me know in the comment section. And if you wanted to see more awesome Planet Coaster 2 content, please subscribe to the channel. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later!